Well, hey, everybody. I wound that one up. You see that? I got a weird thing up here, huh, Jeff? That's crazy looking. It's good down there though. Now I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, hey, we're here. It's Wednesday. Sorry about that. It's not a Tuesday. My scheduling didn't work out at all yesterday, and I was fighting like crazy rain. I had to go pick up a brand new truck that I'm looking at right now. It's kind of beautiful, actually. I kind of like having a silver truck. Yeah, anyhow, but whatever. You know what we're gonna do is we're in the chat right now, and pinned to the top of the chat is a link if you'd like to join us on the screen and come into the studio and talk with us. All we ask is that you have a video running, you're parked, and try to keep it cleanish language, guys. We do have some folks with sensible tolerances, right? I don't know what else to say. We're going to do this thing and we'll be right back. And Jeff will be here. And anyone else who wants to pop in, like I said, click the link. Got to see your face. Don't be a poopy face. We'll see you in a second.
Paying too much for trucking insurance? What if you could save more by making one simple phone call and keep more profit? You could very well do just that with one simple call to Seabright Agency, 800-366-6466. Call now.
Now here's a question that all owner-operators and small fleet owners should consider. What happens when you access the unrivaled advantages that are available through the ES Advantage program? We asked Jeff and Charlie from Contractors Corner to share their thoughts on how they've been able to utilize the discounts and services that are a part of the ES Advantage.
So we started looking for a way to save money on fuel. And we were turned on to the ES Advantage program for fuel first. And so we got a hold of Jeff Reese, and he ran us through that program. And man, we were starting to save. And then we started talking to them. Well, we saw their website, and we said, Jeff, what's this thing about insurance and accounting and
Right.
You lease trucks? What?
Right. And that's the thing is we only knew it as a fuel card. And when we started digging deeper, I mean, we ended up getting hooked up with an insurance provider, Seabright Agency, and they created an entire insurance program just for us and our people. And from that, we've learned that, now there's even more potential. There's a greater opportunity, and it's completely opened up our eyes and broadened our vision into what it is we're trying to do, which is help people do better. Wrapped with the ES community just makes that process so much easier.
Now, if you're an owner-operator or small fleet owner and you would like to learn more about how you can drive savings to the bottom line of your business, the ES Advantage program has the discounts and services that deliver the kind of unrivaled advantages that are designed to help you improve your overall operation. Get connected with the ES Advantage today.
Hey, Jeff. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. It's a day.
Where you at? Let's get that out of the way.
Middle of nowhere, Mississippi.
I
think. Yeah.
Too many syllables. Hi, Donna. Let's see. Tim was first, I believe. Yeah, and then Craig. The Craig bot came in second. He tried to steal first, but it was funny. And Dilo was technically third, but she came in and she had to leave because she's got a thing with the school with their kids. That's where all my people are. They're all at the school right now. It's weird. It's that meet the teachers night thing.
Yep.
Let's see who else we got. Turkey Team, I said. Donna, hi. James, good to see you. Dennis Lewis, I remember seeing you up there somewhere. I don't know. I'm on the wrong account on the YouTubes. So I'm typing on the Contractors Corner consulting group account because I got to pin that link up to the top and it won't let me do it as a regular moderator. It's weird. I don't know why. Maybe it just hates me. It's funny. He's answering your questions before you ask them. That's awesome. Uh, that's great. I got to make that bigger. Hey, but anyhow, if any of you want to jump on, you're more than welcome to. If not, Jeff and I are going to ramble and read chat, and you guys know how the chat goes. I mean, sometimes we're like, I can't read that. And my glasses are doing weird things today too. It's like they're not working. Well, they're working way better than without them, though. Holy, I can't even see your eyes. Man. Here, if I step back a little, that's better. I can see your face. And I can read James's comment from here.
What about now?
Oh, yeah, that's not scary at all. Right? Huntsville, Alabama. Why are you going 75 north? I don't know. I don't like that route. I hate that route going up there to Atlanta and then the back road up to the back and those little towns and ugh. I just run up. Yeah, I just go over to 65 basically from 10, 231, 85, 65, run up that way. It's so much easier.
Guys that know that area.
It's a couple more miles, but I think the time works out better. Less hours, minutes, not by a lot, but I just hate those back roads. Stoplight, 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 stoplight. Dang it. Hate them. I just want to go. Set the cruise and run, man. Run, Jeff. Run. I don't even know where we're going.
Run. Sorry.
Oh, Donna's got flip flops that we're going to be selling stuff. Oh, look at. Let me see. Hey, safety patrol dude. My oldest grandson got a magic belt. I like it.
Oh, nice.
It's a cool thing. Come here. Let me see it. Let's show the worlds. Come here. Come over here. He's so short. Wait. Let's get the magic belt. Say hi, Victor. You're live.
Hello, I'm alive.
Look, he got a magic belt. He's in charge of things.
The safest kid in the school right there.
There we go. I don't know. Get out of here. Safety patrol, AAA guy. He's got like markings on his back that says AAA, safety patrol. Love that kid. Right? They need to give him a pistol and what? I don't know.
Belt. We didn't have PT belts when I was in. I was before the PT belt.
So we had some coming in when I was getting out. Like some guys would wear them, and we were of the orange vest, reflective vest era.
Yep. That's what we had.
Yeah,
we just got the NBA style tracksuits. We had just gotten those.
Oh, nice.
And the black shorts and the black and the darker gray tee.
Yeah, I was in all the crappy gray crap.
Yeah, in basic training, that's what I had. And then when I got to my unit, I got issued the new stuff, but still no safety lap belt thing.
You did not want to go commando in those gray shorts, bro. You know what I mean? Just saying. Yeah, a little too floppy, bro. I don't know. So what the hell's been going on this week, man? I know my week was a little weird. Went and picked up a new truck. Pretty happy with it. It's got leather seats, which I don't care for, so I got to find a cloth seat cover type thing. Live on 18 wheels. I see you. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna throw you up on the screen. Don't be saying nothing weird, man. I'll poke you in the eye. Jeff will beat you up. He's violent, yo.
I'll just send Donna after you.
Right? What's up, man?
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Oh, causing trouble, just trying to hang out. Thought we'd try a little something different. You may be the only one to pop in. I don't know. Everybody's welcome. Anybody who wants to pop in, click the link. You can come in. Like I said, don't be driving, man. Can't be promoting that.
Hey, I pulled it over, okay? I pulled it over.
That's hot. Right? Look at that.
Here I am,
Look at that drop deck.
Screen. There you go. You can see it right there.
You got anything
else?
All right.
I got they're empty, but they have residual hazmat stuff in them. They're like
Oh,
they're aluminum, by the way, so they're pretty light. What's it
okay, I
called?
see now.
Totes. Yeah,
Right,
totes. They're
right.
just regular totes.
So does that require tanker and hazmat?
Well, they're empty, so no tanker needed.
Oh,
But if they were filled, then yeah,
right, right.
you would need a tanker. But
I just
other
didn't
than
know how
that,
much
yeah.
residual you had in them. I guess saying residual does mean they're empty, huh? Whatever, man. I ain't smart today, okay? I have not slept very well in the last few days. Just saying, it's been weird.
Listen, I'm trying to haul my butt to Houston by tomorrow morning. I'm over here in Amarillo, by the way, doing a. I think
Amarillo by morning.
yeah, I'm over here just doing a little split, real quick. I thought about doing a 30-minute break, but I was like, I'll just do a 2-hour split.
Right?
Yeah, just call
Well,
it
cool, man. Thanks for popping in and hanging out with us. Yeah, and I'm not rushing you off. I'm just saying thank you. I appreciate it.
a. Yeah, no problem, man.
Greg and Matt said they might, but that was for yesterday, so I don't know what they're doing today. And that's cool because I had to screw yesterday up completely. Just messed everybody up. Like, and here was the best part. I never got a post put up. I was trying to put a community post up. I don't think I can do it on my phone.
So, has that been the first? Has that been like the first or the second time you guys didn't do a stream on Tuesdays?
Uh, second,
You
this will be
were,
second or third.
yeah, second or third.
Mm.
It's always
Every
because
week,
Charlie
though.
fails at something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
blame
it's
it on
usually me
Charlie.
going, "Hey Jeff, I got a thing. I'm broken, or I don't know, high out of my mind in the hospital. Who knows? Whatever, right?
mm,
And so I just
stuff.
bumped over to the next day is usually what I try to do and hope that everything works out. And of course, viewership is much lower when I throw these random days out there. And Donna gets mad. She's like, "What?" She was texting me yesterday, and I saw her text, but I realized it was an hour after. She texted me. She's like, "Is there a show today or what?" I'm like, I didn't respond. I'm sure by then Jeff had already replied, and I didn't want to get yelled at. And typing and driving would not be appropriate.
Actually, I think I probably responded about the same time you saw the text.
Oh, nice. What's up, Sean? Full send trucking in the house. B3. What? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What you got going on though, life?
I said I was in Jeff's town yesterday. That's where I picked this stuff up at.
Hey,
Now I'm
now.
just taking that down to Houston, and I'm gonna reload out of what's that place called? LaPorte,
Hell.
Texas.
Oh, no.
It might as well be. It's that hot out here already. So,
Right?
Yeah.
and I'm taking that up to got a multi-stop, some cat loads going
Nice.
to Nebraska. I'll finish off in Nebraska on Tuesday. So yeah, pretty much, man. I'm just out here just having fun,
I
doing
dig it,
stuff,
man. How's everything?
sweating,
You're at
working.
Landstar, right?
Yes, sir.
How's that
Best
going for
carrier
you?
on the planet. I can't complain. I mean, a lot of people can complain, but I can't complain. I love it
Right?
here, man. I was here back in 2019, 2020 as a BCO driver, which means I was just driving for somebody else.
Right.
And, that's when I caught the bug. I wanted to go get my own truck, and I hopped around a couple of leasing places, Chicagoland, Swift. That's where I met you guys at. And then
Right.
eventually I head over to Schneider, took one of their trucks, made a little bit of money, and bought this sucker right here.
And it's
May not
running
be the
good.
prettiest thing, but it works. It works. Can't
Hey,
complain.
man. You saw Chewy before. You saw that old ugly beast I had.
I've never seen Chewy. I always
Really?
wanted to. No,
I
I
thought
never
when I
did.
met you, I was in Chewy.
No,
You
you
might
had
be
the
surprised.
you had the other Freightliner, the one you
Okay.
had before you leased this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah,
I
she
was
was a
supposed
You
good
to.
might.
damn. I
I was
loved her.
supposed to come over for a range day. That's when
Right?
I was supposed.
Yeah.
But things, scheduling conflicts.
I'm
Life
s- I'm a terrible person, bro.
on
I'm just
18
saying.
wheels. It's.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, I can't complain. I'm enjoying myself. Just taking it day by day. Everything is
How are you
everything's
guys'
okay.
rates doing? They've been up, down, kind of everywhere.
Well, see, I've only been doing step deck for what, I don't know, a little bit over 30 days.
Mm,
So I can't really give a pretty accurate, on, whether or not
average.
it's pretty good or not. But I've done dry van before, and it seems like dry van is trash, man. everywhere.
That's a fair
It's just
statement.
trash everywhere. I keep up with Trucking Made Successful. Miranda, every time she puts the video out on Thursdays and Fridays, I always watch it just to
Right.
get a glimpse. She was saying it's $1.60 something
Yeah.
average for a dry van.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's bad,
That's crazy. I mean, I haven't seen a.
especially
I
for
ain't.
people running their own numbers.
Right, right.
Oh my God.
That that's terrible.
For real.
Maybe I got out at a good time, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah,
Right.
I'm just
Wait for the
I'm
rebound.
enjoying it
Maybe
more
it'll
than
be
yeah, pretty
fantastic.
much. Yeah, pretty much. But I like hauling these loads though. I always haul something cool and interesting.
Right.
You know, Caterpillar stuff, weird hazmat stuff, uh, equipment. I pulled like telehandlers out of Laredo and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's always
Oh,
cool
wow.
little machinery. Been to the Vermeer factory. You know what? Ever since switching to open deck, I realized we have a lot of manufacturing places here in the United States.
Yeah. Like crazy stuff you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
think about. Like it just
Yeah,
appears.
people say, "Oh, there's no jobs in America." Buddy, you might have to go out. You might have to move to a different state. You might have to go Midwest, somewhere out there.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
There-
it. You can't expect someone to move. Look, there's that old thing from I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. If you live in the desert and you can't make food, maybe you should move. That's terrible. Whatever.
I mean, it makes
Get
sense.
mad at me. Whatever. Fight
It
me,
makes
bro.
sense. And a lot of these manufacturing plants and places, they're always hiring because they got those big old billboards all over the place. So it's
Right?
not like, hey, sometimes it's just, hey, are you willing to make a change so you can get where you need to get to? Or are you just going to be stuck here? Because you know what? I was born and I was raised here and I love it so much.
Right? It's crazy, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Everybody's mad. Oops, I put an
Yeah.
extra character on that.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, 49 years in Oregon. Oregon's a beautiful place. You've been up there. Beautiful area.
I have never been to Oregon before. That's one
You've
state
never
I've
been to
never been
Oregon?
to. Oregon and
Well,
Washington. I don't. The only reason why I don't want to go to Oregon because I don't want to pay no road tax.
yeah, I was gonna say, as an owner operator, it's not worth it. But
Right.
beautiful place. Beautiful
Yeah.
place. Think the green of Georgia without the heat.
Listen,
Right?
Utah is one of my favorite places to travel through. I wouldn't live there, but I definitely like going to Utah when it pays. Because you go through the Utah Valley, so beautiful. And then yesterday I figured out Utah has a desert. I didn't even know Utah had a desert. I usually travel on I-80 or 15. Those are two.
Right.
It's very beautiful going through that Utah Valley down on 15. But I took this some US road the other way, and I'm going through the canyons, and I'm like, this is gorgeous. And
Was
I'm
it
getting
US?
to the Colorado state line. And I'm like, since when Utah had a desert? It's
Right.
just, it's crazy. It's one of my favorite places to go. I wouldn't live there though.
Yeah, that Highway 6 going up over the top of the mountains and stuff. I love going out that way. And then I hit
Mhm.
70 for a little bit and then drop down through Moab. That's
Yes, that's where I went. That's where I went through yesterday. Funny enough, I made a check-in post on Facebook, and it popped up your name and said,
right.
Charlie Mahone has been here before.
Dude, that run from 6 to 70 to what is that road that comes down through Moab, Jeff? I know you know the number.
420 or something like that.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
It used to be the 666, but they changed it.
Right.
That's
But-
a good thing they did because I would
But
never
that
go
whole
down
route,
that road.
man, I love that route. Like, it is my favorite drive in the USA.
Mm.
Period. From
Yeah.
what I've seen, that is my favorite drive to make that it. Up until we get into the back end of Colorado, then it gets kind of whatever. It's not beautiful. It's not what all that canyons and I'm a desert guy. I love desert. So going from desert to the canyons and you're like, oh man,
It's beautiful, man.
I
I'll
love
tell you
that
what.
place.
It is beautiful. People need to get out more, man. See America more often. You'll see a whole lot of beautiful
Right?
places. Mm-hmm.
And we get paid to do it. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, but most time we just looking out the window, which is good enough. It's good enough.
It's a bummer for Rosie because I'm like, oh babe, you're gonna drive through this killer spot, and she's like, it's
At
3
night.
o'clock in the morning. I was trying not to hit, armadillos and coyotes, right?
Missed out all the good stuff.
I'm like,
Man,
did you
that's
see
a
that really
bummer.
pretty spot right there? It's almost like rainbow rocks. And she's like, I saw headlights and stars, bro. That's what I got. I don't know. It's funny. Ida,
It
what's up?
the one thing at night, driving out in that part of the country at night, oh, you see all the stars, man. That's another beautiful thing too. Like you see the Big
See it.
Dipper, the Little Dipper, and all the other ones that I can't tell you what they are, but I know they're
Right.
up there. It's all there, you know. It's gorgeous. And then racing the train, that's another fun thing I like doing out here.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I dig it, man. It's something else out there. I really love. That used to be one of my favorite things was driving across like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. That what a lot of people think is just it's just desert, it's just sand. I love the desert. Like I
Nope.
love that kind of desert.
It's the structures, man. It's not just all just flat plain and just nothing else. It's like you just see all the natural God-made structures, how he
Right.
just carved the whole western of the United States, and it's like, man, I call it God's country. That's what I call it. Just being
Hey,
out there.
man, it's
That's
something. I can tell you that. I don't know. I don't know who made it, but I'm glad whatever happened happened. How's that?
Mm,
You know what I
it,
mean?
it's beautiful, man. I wouldn't live there though, but I'll definitely visit. Yep.
Ida's sitting at her gate waiting for the rain to stop. It's sunny down here, Ida. She didn't want to get out in the rain and open her gate. That's funny. Oh, the challenges of country
But
life.
it's sunny where you're at.
Yeah.
Like how far is that away?
Oh no, we're like 100 miles apart.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
Florida, man. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are, if you know, you know, it's Florida, man.
It could be sunny in the backyard and torrential downpour in the front yard. So I mean that's a real thing. People are like, no, you're just exaggerating. No, we've seen this. It happens all the
Nuh-uh.
time.
I lived through
Well,
it, man.
it's like the coast in Oregon, Charlotte.
Oh, yep.
If it's raining at one beach, you go 20 miles south to the other beach and it's sunny.
Yeah. I don't know why you go to an Oregon beach. Water's like 22 degrees. That's crazy.
Oregon has beaches. I'm surprised.
Oh, they're beautiful beaches. Just don't touch
Just
the
don't go
water.
swimming.
Just
Yeah,
don't
man.
touch the water. Is it like going to a beach on the Northeast? You
I
guys
don't-
consider those beaches as well? I don't consider those beaches, but hey,
You couldn't get me at a beach in the Northeast, bro. I'm Carolina down. I'll visit a beach.
right.
Oh,
It's picture a California beach, but cold.
right.
I've never been to California beach, so
A
I can
Northern
picture it, man.
California beach.
Yeah.
Northern California.
Northeast beaches are trash. Ida has spoken. That's all that matters. She says so. It is fact.
Hey, maybe she's been to one before, and that's her experience. I just consider, I don't know, a beach to me is considered sand and warm waters.
See, I heard this story one time about Ida, and what I found out was that she doesn't like Northeast beaches because they won't let her lay out naked. I don't know why she's mad about that, but whatever.
I thought that's where all the naked beaches are,
You
like
know.
up there, you know.
I mean, I tried to tell her, no, you're supposed to go to Miami for that, but whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna get poked for that one. It's gonna be almost a month before she gets to punch me in the eye though, because she won't see me till the damn it. But yeah, so I gotta head out to Oregon. She's like, no, sir. I gotta head out to Oregon Friday.
Ooh,
Oh, talk about the road tax. Get this: if I can't get a load, I'm going no matter what, because I have to be there for family commitment stuff. So that can suck. Can you imagine paying the road tax and not having a revenue generating load?
why don't you just fly out there?
Because I need to work, and I need the opportunity to work, especially coming back. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So hopefully they'll come up with something, tomorrow, the next day, that gets me lined up in the right direction. But hey, I done told them, I'm like, look, by Friday, I am driving in that direction. I'll go find me an empty trailer and drag that thing along with me, and hope something pops on the way.
Right. Right. So I gotta ask, because since I've been gone from Swift for a little bit over a year now,
Yep.
maybe a year and a half. I left there. How has it been since last year compared to now?
So I can't speak real well to the OTR stuff because I've been doing the target thing pretty
Oh yeah,
steady.
yeah.
Um, some of these other guys may be able to speak to that a little bit better. Anyone wants to chime in on that? Look, dude's got questions. You guys need to provide answers, please. That would be helpful. That's why we got a community, y'all, to talk, share
So
stuff.
is that the low board? Is it on and popping, or is it still you
It,
know?
from talking to people, it's still pretty hit and miss. Um,
Mm,
you got some guys that are making a living off of it. That's all they
uh-huh.
do. And some guys that can't buy a load off that load board.
Right.
And I think it just depends on what lane they're running.
Okay.
You know,
And what about that percentage thing? Is that going to be a real thing, or you're going to wait a couple more years, for all that? I'm not going to try to
um,
get anybody. Let me not get anybody in trouble. I'm not trying to start anything here,
well,
No, you're good.
so so it's not percentage like what you're thinking. First of all,
Uh-huh.
it is a percentage of the average of that lane, according to whatever. And they haven't told us yet where they're getting their numbers from.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you're in a lane and the average for that lane was $1.60 over the last 30 days. So it's going to be 75%. Was it 75 or 80%, Charlotte?
70% of the market rate average.
Yeah.
Oh, so pretty much we're just gonna go ahead and complicate things instead of
Yeah.
just saying, you know
Yes.
what, this is what
Thank
the
you.
load pays, and this is the percentage we're gonna give you off of that load. Now let's just go ahead and make things more complicated.
Look, our
Great.
recommendation is straight up all in rate load board. End of story.
Right.
Yep.
No
Right.
explanation needed beyond that. No scrutiny. No. Oh well, where did you get that what market rate? Is it DAT? Is it ITS?
Right.
Is it all of
Oh,
them?
see,
Is it
check out my
your?
buddy
I mean,
Lance,
are you
our
going to
buddy right
share
there.
that? Right.
That's the W9 right there, man. That thing is beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
hanging out in the back of a Walmart right now. Don't
Right.
you start. I came here to buy some Def, and I was like, oh, I gotta get on the show later.
Yeah, you
Oh,
told me you weren't
it's
going to be here
already.
for like another hour.
And then it was like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, which means it's 6 o'clock right now. Oh, I've only been here an hour. Let me just go ahead and go on now, and then I'll just finish my drive later. I don't have to do
Right.
2 breaks, right? So I'm like, yeah. But hey, I'm also here if you guys have any questions about the big old blue star. I'm not
Right.
a I am not a recruiter. I'm only here to answer questions if there
I
are
only
any.
played one on YouTube.
Okay, I ain't got time for uh, but yeah,
So
man, that
so
percentage
See
thing
you, buddy.
that percentage thing is crazy, dude.
Oh,
They make
it is, man. It is. So Trucker Tim is someone you could ask about Swift's freight out there because he's running OTR and I think some load board stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I'm on one right now.
yeah, how good evening, sir. How you doing, man? How is it? How has that been? Because I left right before they put the before they made it available to everybody else. Because according to what I was hearing, they've been
Right.
working on this load board thing for years, and I was just expecting it to be a lot more, a couple more years. I'm like,
Horse and
I'm not
buggy,
just
baby.
waiting myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. And that's the same sentiment that I'm feeling with this percentage thing. Like they just announced it might be another 5 years before it actually becomes a thing. Got to collect all that market data and whatnot, but that's neither here
Yeah,
nor there.
yeah. No, man, it's good. They changed just recently, and they're extending it out almost a week. I've been seeing loads, now like booking 5 days in advance,
Mm-hmm.
which helped with me coming off of vacation. I was planning. I got home from Myrtle Beach Thursday, and I was slotted for Sunday afternoon, but I'm like, hey, if I see a good load on the load
Right.
board, I'll leave out as early as Friday.
Right.
But Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, I saw a Ridgeway, Virginia to Miraloma, California load pop up for pickup on Monday.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, I snagged it because I'm like, I got until Friday or Saturday, that window to make delivery. I'm like, oh yeah, live load, but like 5.5 to 6 days. Yeah, sure, plenty of time. And it picked up Monday. I was like, well, I guess I won't be getting any income coming this next weekend, but I'll more than make up for it the following week.
Right.
But so I'm like, hey, but there's still some times where you look at a state and there's zeros.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. But
oh yeah, there's definitely hot spots versus not.
Oh, trust me, I know where the not spots are because I find
Right.
myself going to them a lot.
Right.
Because the rate be so good going over that way. Sometimes
Right.
one thing I've learned is I started relying on the agents that I book more frequent loads with, and I'll
Right.
just call them instead of looking on load. I'm like, hey, like the next load that I'm taking, going up to Nebraska with a couple of stops, I just call one of the agents that I deal with on the regular. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in Houston on Thursday. What do you got?
Right.
Right.
$3,500 for 1,000 miles. I was like, good deal. Let's go. $3,600.
Tim Ransom was saying that he was talking to his driver leader or something today, and that apparently drivers keep booking loads on the load board that they can't deliver on time, and flat out they're going to take that away. I think what will happen is those people will not have access to the load board. They're not going to take it away from the masses, I don't believe, unless it's everybody screwing it up. Let's be real.
Right.
If it becomes detrimental to the P&L, can you blame them?
No.
No.
But they sure do put a lot of hands in that cookie jar, so I don't
You
know.
ain't lying.
There's too many hands in the cookie jar.
See, and this is another great statement from Tim Ransom. Before they start the percentage pay, they need to show what the average rate is first before I sign up for it, because the last thing we heard is if you're going to go for this, whatever the hell they're calling it, I'm just staying out of it because I don't like the wording. Words are too important to me, and I think the words are not helpful here. But
basically, they're leaving a lot of interpretation on the board instead of a cut and dry. Here's what it is. This is what you get. I get you.
Right.
So my thought is, yeah, man. If you're having to sign a year-long contract or a 6-month contract where you're locked into whatever the percentage of the market rate lane is, that's a lot of quotes I'm throwing around, right? It's one of those things where how do you research it? How do you know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And if you can't get access to that information before you sign that contract, that could be troublesome.
Right.
That, and a lot of people just don't have the business sense, even though they should, and there's resources out here. They don't have the business sense to actually understand what they're getting into or potentially getting into.
And
I think a lot of people are just
contented all the time is that, you went to an actual percentage program. There was absolutely a learning curve there for you, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I've like I said, I've done it a couple of years beforehand, so I did get lucky enough the BCO that I was driving for, which is actually my brother. He pretty much gave me full reins and control over where I go, what I do, and what I pick. So it wasn't like I was being able to hide. I learned how the system worked, and so coming back over, yes, a couple of years later, it's more or less the same, but there were just some learning things. Like the biggest thing for me now is just what they tell me. I'll make more money if I stay off the load board.
Right.
I built, when like how they used to talk to us at Swift about building relationships.
Yeah, build those relationships, and that is absolutely the world you're in now.
It is absolutely 100%. Not saying you can't make any money off the load board, but if you really want that good gravy stuff,
exactly.
Right.
remember who you
It's
pulled for the last time. Keep the numbers on the list. You know, the guys that you laugh and kiki with, and the guys that say they're gonna throw you an extra bone. You keep those phone numbers, and you
Right.
call them, and you'll find out pretty quickly. It's very easy for you to, get things done.
You
That
know,
way.
yeah. I
build
mean,
that
you know,
relationship
we
first.
we had Sage Outcast on the show here not too long ago, talking about his days as a broker, and he made it real clear that as a driver, you might start off on load boards, but your goal is to get off those boards,
As quick
Hmm.
as
build build the relationships with the brokers themselves as quickly as possible, and don't use the boards anymore. Just call your guys.
Right. And again, like it was the last time when I was here, I spent quite a amount of time off the load board because I had this one particular agent that I was always working with. And every single time that I would go on the load board and book something, he'll call me and meet me like, "Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. I got you. Don't worry." Or he'll get upset at me because it's like, "Oh, man, I was gonna get that for you, but let me go ahead and find you something because I like to keep on top of things. I like to keep moving because the only time I don't like moving is when I'm at home. Yeah,
Right.
right,
I don't want to do any. I don't even want to drive the car. I want to be a passenger princess when I go home.
right.
But yeah, and funny enough, I still talk to that guy at least once or twice every week. We video
Mhm.
chat, we talk to each other. He's in Bosnia. He's one of the foreign guys. Still have a great relationship with him. The guy that I booked the load that I'm going to Nebraska with, he's another foreign agent. For some reason, I gel well with those guys, man. A lot of people they'll get into the, oh well, those foreign guys, this and that and whatnot. And those are my best friends, man. We make money
Right.
together.
Yeah.
So Tim was talking about well, here I'll put what he said. Spark market running around $1.25, so 75 or 70% of that would be 87.5 cents. I don't
Mm.
know where you're getting your number from, because according to DAT right now, we're looking at $1.84 up in the Northeast, 203. What's that? Atlantic South, Mid South 209, 214 in the Midwest, 206 West. I mean, not phenomenal, but not as horrible as we've seen recently, even.
I'm
Right.
surprised that the Northeast is doing a whole lot worse than everybody else.
Right? I
It's
know.
usually it's usually you'll get all the loads coming out of the Northeast, going elsewhere. It's usually the one that's paying. But then again, I can understand it because I know there's a lot of carriers up there. It's a lot of trucks. The truckload ratio is pretty crazy right now. It's still lopsided and not into our favor. So
Right.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through data here real quick, just for fun.
Going back to the load board
Uh,
issue about running late,
yeah, man.
I will be the first to admit, of all the loads I picked up, I have run late twice. One time was just, not really figuring out all of my recap hours as they're coming back each day.
Mm.
And
Damn,
then
brain
another
not
one was
braining.
like I got the dates mixed up, thinking I had to pick up on these 2 days, but instead it was the current day and the next day instead of the day after and the day after that or something like
mhm.
that. But mistakes like that happen. But as long as you don't make a habit of it, that's the big thing. I mean, that's so hopefully, send them back 22 definitely. But
Right.
you
So,
know,
Oh, that's another thing that I do not miss doing. These macros, I ain't got to
right.
do no macros. I check in and check out, and I'm just gone in the wind, man.
Yep.
Uh, don't get it twisted though. I enjoyed my time at Swift. I loved it there. My
Oh, I
driver
know.
leader, Robert, awesome dude, man. Every time I go in, every time I'm on home time, I go in there. I check in with them. Every time I'm getting ready to get on the road, I go and check in with them just to see what the market's looking like, because they'll pull up the map on the computer for you and show you, where all the good spots is, and get a
Yep.
little rundown, a little pep game before we get out there. And he was a pretty awesome dude, man. Yep. And what's that lady name again? Sue
Michelle,
Smith.
Sue
Sue
Smith.
Smith was
Yep.
my first driver leader before she got promoted to do extra work.
Right.
And yeah, she was awesome, man. I tell you, man, those guys always had my back whenever I needed anything done. So
Yeah.
not knocking Swift at all. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, they got some stuff that they could work on, but at the end of the day, they do their thing. They know what they're doing, and it wasn't something that I guess it doesn't gel with what I wanted to get done.
Right.
So, but hopefully, maybe
Right.
in the near future, I can buy a T680 mid roof from them. So I can expand my business. Because I do like those trucks, man. And one thing I can say, their maintenance is pretty top notch. So they do take
Yeah,
care of
except
their
for the
stuff.
truck body parts falling off all over the damn place.
And that is not on Swift. Listen,
No,
that's
that's
driver error.
Kenworth. Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
that's driver error. Because some of these guys, bad. Like I said, some of these drivers they don't even open the hood, but once every quarter. So I can't blame.
And that is absolutely fair. But Kenworth has a known problem with body panels just falling off driving down the road. You ain't got to do nothing. You hit 62 miles an hour. You hit poof. What the hell was that?
That's
Freightliner
diabolical.
does have that mirror thing, but that's an easy fix. A little super glue along that top edge of that weird little mirror flap on the Freightliner.
Yeah, the little plastic flap. I've replaced that
Yep.
thing. I replaced that thing on my Swift truck at least 2 or 3 times, man.
I did
Yes.
I
it.
don't have. I do not have that on my Western Star.
Whatever.
The funny thing is that
We're done with you and your Western Star BS, bro. I'm just saying, you're out of here.
you see, the funny thing is I've always driven Freightliners, right? This is my first international, so
Right.
whole different. That's old. I've always driven Freightliners, and it's only the ones at Swift that always had the peeling thing on the mirror. I've never any other company I've been to it never did.
Oh, I've
So-
seen it.
I see it. I still see it every day. And even people at Freightliner be like, hey, man, get you a little bottle of super glue because apparently we don't know how to make these pieces, right? And if you just
Right.
put a little bit of
That
super glue
works.
at the top, it works.
I get it.
I've only replaced one set.
My problem though is the passenger side fender mirror doesn't stay in place.
So
Right, yes, that's another thing that I hate too. You'll fix it, and then you'll go back to driving, and it boops right back down again. Like, well, you're
So,
pretty useless.
on my 23, we were just starting to notice that on the passenger side fender mirror. And
Yeah.
I mean, I got rid of it, so I didn't have to ever figure it out. And it was one of those things I was starting to think about. I'm like, I should try and figure out how to fix that or tighten it or whatever. I don't know what was involved. If someone knows, that'd be awesome.
It's just there for aesthetics at this point, because
I
you
live
can't
by
see-
those mirrors, bro. Like I am one of those guys that fender mirrors mean I don't have a blind spot.
Yes.
Fun fact: at Landstar, all trucks have to have fender mirrors.
Nice.
If you don't got one, they'll put it on there for you, and they're going to charge you for it. So you might as well just go again and get the pretty looking ones, because those little skinny little weird ones look weird, and I wouldn't want to have those on my truck. So, but all trucks have to have fender mirrors if you're going to put it on Landstar's system.
Oh, so that's flatbed rates. I don't know if anybody paid attention, but 236, 270, 254, 267, 222 in West. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pop up reefer real quick.
That 270 might be a little bit higher if they didn't have to account for all the freight that's in Florida that doesn't pay squat.
Right. Reefer seems kind of low to me right now, but I guess I don't know. It's a weird time of year, I guess. 204, 224, 255, 238, 250. And thank you, Dat, for having information like this available to the world. Just a simple search pulls it up. And I think that kind of stuff is awesome. I really wish we had more people sharing more information freely, on some of this stuff. I mean, I get it. You want a deeper dive, you want a little more detail. I'm gonna pay a couple bucks, right?
Hey, 255 isn't too bad. We all know that's where all the ice cream's coming from. So
okay. I just like my T660 lost a plastic def trim, fell off the first 100 miles. Like, right? I had drivers in my 660 and they kept hitting something. Like they were attracted to anything painted yellow for some reason. I mean, explain that to me. But whatever. I mean, it was a thing. It happened, and good Lord.
Gotta swing wide, man. It's a freaking trailer.
Well, I just
Famous
wanted to
words
come
from
by
Bonehead
to say
Truckers.
hey,
Hate it.
but I'm going to. I've got my dinner that I heated up, so
Oh, nice.
I'm going to enjoy that and then try
I
to get back on
appreciate
the
you,
road.
man. Hey, tune into the Trucker Tim show. If you don't know, you need to know, because Tim puts out some entertaining content. He does a lot of sightseeing, goes a lot of cool places when he's out there trucking. Find him on Facebook's.
Tim Sayburn, that's the name.
There
Yep.
you go. Sorry, I could not pull your last name out of my. I'm so used to Trucker
Yeah.
Tim. Tim
Just
Sayburn.
think of the word Sayburn without the Y.
Right. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping in and contributing and being a part of the discussion. Fran Mariah,
yeah.
good to see you. Hello, nice
Y'all
to see
take it
you.
easy.
Thanks for coming in, Tim.
Take the truck to the shop. It's a problem with Freightliner. They'll fix it for free. It's a recall. I think they're calling. You're talking about the
mirror.
The mirror thing. And yeah, so when I had it happen, they weren't calling it a recall yet. So I actually had to buy the stupid thing. It was like $35. That's a lot of money for a tiny little triangle plastic, but whatever. Okay, fine. So I paid for one, and I was like, well, I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to get my handy dandy. Where I might have some here. I can't. No, I don't. Dang it. It's a gel glue lock. Is it Loctite? No, it's not Loctite. It's another company. It's a blue triangle bottle. You squeeze and it jelly comes out, and it's super glue, and it's awesome. I mean, you got to break it. If you ever need to get in there, you're going to have to break that piece, right? I'm just saying. Because you done welded it with that glue. But it doesn't take a lot. I mean, honest to God. So the big problem with those is at the top of that little piece of the plastic, there's a tiny little lip tab that kind of goes up under and it's supposed to attach to the piece above that's solid. And oh my God, is that little flap useless. And so it pops out and then it starts getting the wind and then it starts doing this. And there's one screw that holds that whole piece on. And you got to adjust the mirror up like this and the little one out of the way. And you can get to the screw, right? But it breaks the screw mount because it's a plastic anchor. And then it just flies off down the road. I didn't even see mine disappear. I had it one day and overnight it was gone.
I saw my mud flap fly away like a saucer last week. It was so funny. I've been meaning to replace it. It was hanging off on the one nut, just hanging off on the one bolt, and I was just driving. And all of a sudden, I just happened to look out the window, and I just saw this black little thing just spinning on the road, just gone by the wind. And I was like, well, there goes that thing. Well, it's not a violation, so.
Oh, Fran Mariah was talking about the hood mirror. Damn, the hood mirror fell off. I noticed it starting to wobble. I don't know if is it the whole mount. I didn't really pay. I just noticed it was getting a little harder to see in the glass, right? Like, that's not quite so clear. I'm like, are my eyes doing weird things? Because it could be my eyes at any given point. Let's be real. Who knows? But whatever. I shouldn't say that out loud. Undertake, what's going on, Fran Mariah? Yeah. Ida, you ain't right, girl. See what I found turning? Just saying. Whatever. That ain't right. I love you though.
Speaking of mirrors, again, like I said, it's my first international, so I don't know if it's a common thing. But when I'm going to back up, that mirror rattles. Virtually useless.
Really?
Backing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It'll vibrate so much, so everything is all blurry and stuff and whatnot. I'm thinking maybe it's just a screw loose, but it's pretty stuck up. It's pretty tight on there. It's not going anywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of those things that you got to find some weird little quirk, like a little piece of paper you fold up and shove in just the right spot, and that just sounded weird coming out of my head.
Either way, I never missed a hole yet, so fingers crossed.
Okay, I didn't say it. Yay! Whew. Man, you set up a joke there that just oh, that was hurting my brain, bro. But yeah, so now I'm you killed me, bro. Callie also, what's up? TK currently stuck in Tampa. Hey TK, what's up, buddy? Sorry it took me so long to get stuff done. I hope that I answered your question earlier. He actually sent me a text earlier and asked me, he's like, is it like legit for people to pull into some place, deliver, and then change the company name on the side of the truck? I know a lot of people have some feelings about this, but let's put it into context. There is some shadiness that might be going on, but I would think that more times than not, because I'm an optimist and I think people should be trying to do good. They're simply hauling for a different carrier at that point. They're like, okay, I ran a load for Joe Snuffy's and in his DOT number, right? And we got, I had to run under that, so I had to cover up the other information, like we do at Swift. You can pull outside freight for another carrier, but you got to cover up all of Swift's emblems and DOT number and that. But I think he was very shocked. I think he thought something shady was going on, and my response was, chances are he's just pulling for another carrier on his next load, and now, once that load is delivered, he is now off that carrier's DOT, insurance, all that, and it has to be done there, because if he drives out on the road with it, he's now violating and operating under the wrong DOT number.
But how many of them have we seen pull up to the truck stops to change the numbers just to go get loaded and come back? Like, what are the chances that they that they are actually carrying the proper insurance coverages and all that stuff for the carrier that they're so-called carrying for?
Right.
And 3, the biggest thing is that's just another loophole for double brokering. It makes things a little bit more sketchy. And I'm not sitting here trying to call out anybody here, but there's a big, there's these Eastern European companies in the land of Chicago, they kind of do that a lot, And
yeah, that's definitely a Chicagoland thing.
And I'm not mad at them for doing it. I'm mad at them for blatantly doing it in public, and then our government does nothing about it.
See, I was just trying to give it the rosy glasses here, you know what I mean? But you ain't wrong, and I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just trying to say that maybe not everyone you see changing that is doing what you think they're doing. I think if you're in Chicago, it's happening. No, everyone that you see doing it is doing that.
Absolutely.
I'm
just saying, there's always a bad apple that always spoils the bunch. There might be some pretty cool Chicago companies out there, but they left a mark and a stigma on the industry to where we just know them as what they make themselves out to be.
Look, right or wrong, stereotypes exist for a reason.
Absolutely.
Probably not a great statement for me to make, but I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm not mad about stereotypes. Stereotypes are hilarious. They're funny. But don't ask me if I drink grape soda or eat watermelon. So.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh, I feel like you just went racist on me. Yeah, you're a racist. Oh my God. Oh,
it's all jokes, man.
Just for saying the R word. Watch out. Yeah. Oh man, Michael Fowler, good to see you. Sitting at home waiting for transmission sensor. Oh, that's a drag.
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker dealing with Penske saying the factory installed steer tires was a bad batch. And
that's terrible.
Out of alignment. That sucks.
Oh yeah.
I hope mine brand new tire. I was pretty happy that on this truck that they put Michelin's on the front out of the factory and Bridgestone 713s on the back. I like the 713s and I really like the Michelin steer. So
dude, I was hunting for 713s. I even called you that one time to make sure those were the tires that I needed to get.
They're hard to
and
find.
I couldn't find any. I ended up getting a set of getting a full set of HDL2s instead, because I was like, well, they're factory tires, so good enough. And lo and behold, not one issue with them. And I put 60,000 miles on them. I had recaps before. I just needed to get rid of those. I didn't care how good they were.
Hey man, when you're starting out, bro, you do what you got to do. You do things. When you make the transition, you're like, hey, I'm gonna buy a $10,000 truck. Let's say, just for argument's sake, I just need this thing to work for the next 60 days without any major problem. Then I can start upgrading stuff. I don't care if it's got 9 different mismatched tires.
Hey now,
Yeah, whatever, Jeff. I love you.
Listen, I've never mismatched tires before, man. No, I couldn't do it. I'd rather just replace the whole set. But after I see the bill, maybe I might, can I get the same brand? It ain't got to be the same dip, but at least let me
Right?
get the same brand.
Yeah.
They're like Nikes. You don't want to wear Nikes on feet and then Fila's on the other foot. That's just how I
Okay.
feel about my tires. Even though
That's
even though
fair.
I got Bridgestones on my steers, but that's like a whole different ball. That's a whole different
Oh
deal,
yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
no.
but
If I have my way, my choice, I'm going
mhm.
with Michelin's on the steers. Not always available where I go.
I could have had them. I just couldn't justify the price, man. I just couldn't. Those energy Z's or whatever they call them for the steers or whatnot.
Yes.
They had them there, and I said, "How much now?"
Right. Oh,
Go
they cost you a
ahead.
minute.
I said, "Go ahead, put them Bridgestones." Even with my discount, it was just still too. I can justify it without seeing some hardcore evidence that they're really worth their
Right.
weight in gold. Even though
Uh,
I hear people say, but
Sean Fairman, which drives did you say the other week were the best rolling resistance? Um, you want to do it, Jeff, or you want me to?
You're the tire guy.
Um, so what we have found on all the charts out there is if we're just talking rolling resistance, the best one we found on those big names is the Michelin Energy D Plus. Is that what it is, Jeff?
Yep. The energy
Sorry,
depot.
it's slipping my mind sometimes.
not
Um,
the X line.
it's X-Line Energy
It's
D
a,
Plus.
Okay.
yep.
But the caveat to it,
They're hella expensive.
yeah, they're like a couple $100 more per tire, and the wear life, the life of the tire seems to be coming up shorter than the non-plus version. So then, if you
Mm,
take that out of the equation, because it is a very expensive tire and it may not be lasting as long, and so you got to calculate that into the cost of the tire versus the rolling resistance, right? The next best tire that we found so far would be the Bridgestone M713 Ecopia, right?
I love those tires.
I do too.
Yep.
Um, and so that would be my second tire. Well, actually, to me at this point, it's become my first tire, and,
Yep.
and I'm a Michelin guy, but it's because the rolling resistance is better on it than the Michelin X Line Energy D without the plus. It's a little bit better than that one, and tire life. I've noticed they're pretty even across the board from my experience.
Yep.
Now, I got a question about tires here.
Yeah.
Would you consider a tire that costs a third of the price less than the most popular brand? Say, for instance, Michelin or Bridgestone.
Right. And let's
We're
just say
talking about
double
drive
coin
tires.
for fun.
Okay, would you buy a double coin if the claim was that hey, it costs a third less of the price of the leading brand, but it lasts at least 80% the life of the leading brand tire? Would that be a good?
It depends on the rolling resistance of the tire, the reliability of the tire build itself to me.
Hmm.
Um, if it's costing you a mile per gallon, let's say on the rolling resistance, right? You'd have to sit down. I'm not going to do the math now because everybody will get bored and just go away.
Yeah.
But doing the math on it, if you're losing a mile per gallon based on so many miles per year, let's say 100,000 miles, that's a significant difference, even if you're only paying a third of the price,
Mm,
because you're one, the fuel mileage loss, and let's say okay, they're lasting 80% of the life of the other one, so a lot of us are getting in that 400,000 mile range of the Bridgestone M713s. So, let's call it
those are good tires,
300,000
by the way.
miles.
Hmm.
So every 3 years you're having to replace a double coin plus the reduction in fuel mileage savings. That's the math you have to do. And look, man, there are absolutely times where I say things like, "Hey, this thing costs." Oh, Fuel filter, great example. My Davco fuel filter. I used to buy them from Speedco for $11. Right? Crappy paper filter. And over the time that they lasted, I found them to be a better savings than buying the fancy Detroit,
$65.
OEM.
yeah. And
OEM
they go as
filters.
high as, 150 at times, depending on which filter you get, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, this seems, and I can keep 3 or 4 of them in the truck if I need to.
Remember,
So,
OEM usually means markup.
it is absolutely that Detroit Davco filter is by far a superior filter in its quality, its build, its lasting. If you're looking at one by one, but when I factored in the price for me for that filter versus 3 of the other ones, it was cheaper to buy the cheap ones this time. That's not always the case, but you need to sit back and do some math, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And figure out if it works for you or not.
Here's another tip that you can use, because a lot of these manufacturers, they don't make their filters and oil and all that stuff. It's usually a third party that makes it. If you can find out who the third party is, and you can get the off-brand one, it just doesn't have the name on it, but it's the same filter, same oil, same stuff. You can save significantly amount of money doing it that way as well too.
And that is a thing. I mean, there's a lot of manufacturers out there that make almost an identical filter, but put a different name on the outside for whoever they're making it for.
Right.
Yep.
When you can find those things, absolutely do some research. I mean, because it's usually worth it. I mean, let's just be real. We all know that if it's got a Pete stamp on it or a cat stamp on it, it's going to cost you more, and you could probably find an exact duplicate somewhere else.
Paying for the name, man.
And I get it. I mean, whatever. I'm just not typically the name brand guy, except with the tire. Now, look, if I found some off-brand tire that the rolling resistance is sorted out and it's got a decent life. I mean, let's say that it's 5 points less on rolling resistance per tire for a double coin, and we're getting 80% life of the Bridgestone, and it's a third or 2/3 the cost even. I think that the math in that instance would say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to buy double coins every other year and still save more money than paying for the top dollar tire. Problem is, that's usually not the case. The lower cost tires typically, even though they seem to cost you less up front, you're replacing them more frequently. They're costing you money in fuel, and they wear funky a lot of times.
Right. And at the end of the day, all that stuff is cool.
Right.
And all that stuff is nice. But if you can't afford it, you got to go with the best alternative for your pockets.
Look, sometimes it is just necessity.
Yeah, I wish I was rich. I would have got me a nice little, extended hood W900 with the 18-speed stick shift, with the 308s on the rears or whatever they call them, and give me a nice little step deck. But yeah, I got what makes me money.
Exactly.
Can't complain
That's
about
right.
it. I got what makes me money. I can enjoy the toys later on down the road if I so choose to. I think a lot of people also get into that headspace. They have to get this. They have to get that. Knowing all while that, you get it, it might not work out the way that you expect it to.
Right.
Well, that's how, Charlie, that's how I ended up with my first set of Utopias.
Right.
I couldn't get the Michelins. Normally I would put my foot down, but then we saw how the 713s ran because I had them, right? And that was the start of changing my mind on which tire to buy.
Yeah, they weren't even on my radar until one time I couldn't get Michelins anywhere. I couldn't find them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and that was on my 680 or 660, one of those trucks. Because Chewy always had Michelin's all the way around. No, that's not true. I had to put a Bridgestone steer set on Chewy once. But other than that, it was always Michelin because I started out with wide singles, and I just wasn't willing to take a risk on anybody else's wide singles. Going back to the rolling resistance thing, that would be a factor. If we're talking about wide singles or wide base singles, I should say it correctly. Then I would say
singles.
Michelin is the one to go with because that was my experience. But
Charlie, you're talking to truck drivers, man. Just
I
call
know,
them super
I know.
singles. They're super singles,
Stop
Charlie.
it.
It's super
Stop it.
singles, man.
That drives me nuts. So, but going back to that, the X-Line Energy D Plus is the best rolling resistance, but the life seems to be hurting. And it's not enough to make up for the fuel mileage savings over the M713 Ecopia and the Ecopia M713 over the X-Line Energy D, the standard Energy D, is enough
So
that it's worth it.
I don't know if you've heard that story, man, but I was going to get the Energy D Pluses when they first came out. And I actually had a Michelin salesman talk me out of them.
Right.
He said that they had them on a small fleet in West Valley City, and they just weren't performing. The life expectancy on them was about a third less than the Energy Ds. And even with the bump in rolling resistance, because they cost $200 a tire more, it just wasn't cost effective for that fleet to have those tires. And so, of course, I went with my normal Energy Ds on that purchase. But I thought it was interesting that the Michelin guy himself talked me out of it. Glad he was there.
Right. Here, let me give you some real numbers. Let's go with the X-Line Energy D Plus. We're going to make that the base, right? So when you use this calculator on the Michelin site, whatever you use as the base tire, it assigns a 100 value to it. I know, shut up, Jeff, but there's people that don't know. It assigns a 100 value to it. And then when you compare that tire with other tires, it'll give you a number higher or lower than that. And that's, a lower number would be a lower rolling resistance, meaning more fuel savings. A higher number, of course, is a worse rolling resistance, so less fuel savings.
Well, since you got the calculator up, we should take a look at my tires and see how it stacks up against the Michelins that you have. I got Continentals HDL2 Plus. Yeah, HDL2 Plus. Yeah, pretty much. They look pretty good, and they're still brand new.
So Continental,
all things considered.
Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go?
Pretty nice tires.
HDL2 Eco Plus?
No, it just says HDL2 Plus on it. I see no eco numbers here.
I'm not seeing HDL. The only HDL2 I see is, there it is. My bad. It was hiding. Got it. Oh, so 35 points of rolling resistance worse than the D plus. I'm gonna put in the Bridgestones because that's I'm using that more as a baseline these days anyhow. The 713 Ecopia. Where is that? There it is. So 16 points on the 713 Ecopia. Higher, so less fuel savings. 16 is, in my experience, is a significant enough difference that I want to pay attention to it. Right? But if we're talking 16 points above the absolute best rolling resistance tire out there, it's not quite a pocket hit, right? But then we go to yours, the HDL2 Plus, it's 135. Chris Hamilton just got, what was it? It was Bridgestone 640s. And I got to meet Chris Hamilton this week. That was cool. He came into Waffle House while Rosie and I were sitting there eating and then paid for our damn food and didn't even eat. I felt all guilty and stuff at that point.
Oh, that was pretty nice of him.
Right? I'm like, man, you got to at least sit down and
Good
eat
deeds.
something. I don't know.
Good deeds.
He was getting ready to go home, and it's funny. I talked to him on the phone just before that. He's like, "Hey, man, where you at?" I'm like, "Well, I'm getting ready to head over to Waffle House." He's like, "Oh, okay, man. The one right up the street? Yeah, 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 yeah." And then Rosie and I were sitting there eating dinner, and he walked in. I was like, "Holy hell!" He's like, "You don't even know who I am." I'm like, "Of course I do, because I had a feeling you were coming." Uh, M, where'd it go? Was it 740, 640, 740, or was it 760? Dang it! I gotta look at my phone, Jeff. Talk.
Uh-oh. Why am I talking? I don't talk.
Does.
I'm Ed McMahon.
Oh, you're a bad man.
Wimpy wants to know, how does a rough road affect rolling resistance? In a negative way, of course.
Absolutely.
So, Chris
Chew up your
Hamilton,
tires too, man.
he got
Yep.
the Bridgestone M760 Ecopia, and that is the same rolling resistance as the Continental HDL 2 Plus. So it's showing 35 points above the absolute best tire that I know of for rolling resistance. That's, you know, a decent drive tire. As far as the life goes, again, I don't know. They said it's a slightly deeper tread on the 760. It's a deeper tread, a little more aggressive, slightly. But there's the person he was talking to said the life is extended over the 713. So, you know, we're talking 14 points of rolling resistance going up above the 713. So again, not a huge jump. It's enough that I'm going to pay attention, and I want to track the data, right?
Once Calhoun says that one of the issues is that D Plus has less tread from the factory.
Yeah.
Right. They have less tread, and it's a softer rubber compound too.
Yeah, the compound seems to be a thing.
So I remember watching Mike Beckett one time talk about this, that they were entering the point to where the compounds that they were using to increase rolling resistance was starting to decrease wear. So that law of diminished returns,
right,
was starting to happen with that D plus.
Right. So just to throw it in there for fun, the X-Line Energy D without the plus is 128, so 28 points above the D plus. Falls in the middle of the 713 and the HDL2 or the M760. So yeah, technical tire talk. This is fun. I like it. I don't know how many people dig this or not, but I love it. I could do this all day. But I think your Continental HDL2 Plus, if you get the life out of them that's comparable to the 713 or what have you, I'm guessing it's probably a slightly lower ticket price for it. So maybe it averages out even, right? You're going to have to track the data on it to see, you know, how much fuel mileage loss you had when you made a switch from whatever to whatever, right?
I think anything's better than retread. So,
so my very first wide base singles on Chewy were actually a Michelin sidewall with a Michelin tread, retreaded by Michelin. When I got them, they were like 50% life, and I got like 200,000 miles out of them, and never had a problem.
When I picked up this truck, I had 3-4 different brands.
Right.
I mean, the tread patterns were all the same, but the size, I had 75s on one axle, and then the axle behind it was 80s, and I was like, dude, like, and the guy was like, yeah, it's negligible, you're not gonna tell the difference. I'm like, okay. After a while, they started eating themselves up. Obviously, there's a difference there, but you know, I'm just glad.
Charlie,
I got rid
you remember
of them,
I sent you pictures of my tires that were set up that way before I had them changed out.
Right.
And there was definitely some weird wear going on, and it was absolutely because of different tire sizes across the axles.
Hey, Wimpy, give me a Hankook model number on the tire.
Anyway, guys, my 2 hours is up. I got to get rolling because I got to deliver this before 12 p.m.
Cool, man.
So I can get paid for it. But yeah, I'm around. I'm here. I'll be in the comments.
What's your YouTube, man?
My YouTube channel is Life on 18 Wheels. I go live most Sundays for the Truck and Shit Show. Can I say that? No?
Yep.
No? Yeah, it's called the Truck and Shit Show. We're live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Me and my buddies, we get on there. Fidel Truckin', Laugh with KO, Frank Nitty, maybe Zeke Dog might be on there as well too. Sometimes he's part of the group. And we have Stephen Love from Love and Life. And
Nice.
we just get on there every Sunday and we just have fun, man. And whenever I feel like posting a video, I do one.
Nice. Hey,
Nice.
man, have fun doing what you're doing. Be safe, and I appreciate you.
All right, man, brothers, y'all stay safe, and I'll be, like I said, I'll be in the comments.
Sweet.
You guys have a good one, man.
So yeah, Wimpy, give me a model number like AH24, or I'm guessing it's gonna be Hankook DL something 11, DL 12 long haul. Yeah, let me know what you got, and I'll pull it up. Other than that, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know their model lines. I don't know which tires represent what. Yeah, if anybody else wants to hop up, the link is up there in the pin to the top of the chat. I'll put it in the chat again here just for fun. You guys are more than welcome to pop in and have a discussion. So DL12, I lost it. Let me go back. Hankook. It's a long list there I got to get through to find them. So they got a Hankook SmartFlex DL12 long haul. Oh, and that's that. Okay, so this is bad enough that I would not want that tire. And let me give you an example why. Because I think it's going to be comparable to the XDN2, Jeff, and you could give a number on that. Let me find that real quick.
Yeah, we ran the numbers on the XDN2s that I had on versus the Energy D, the regular Energy D, and that was costing me about 0.44 miles per gallon. So,
yeah, so XDN2 is 156. That Hankook tire is 153. So basically the same road.
Basically the
3
same.
points is not measurable, really. So yeah,
so
I'm sorry.
Fuel prices at the time, we were talking $4,400 a year in lost fuel. So over the life of the tire, I could have stroked a check for a brand new set of Energy Ds.
And through the
With the
XDN
fuel
on the side of
savings.
the road.
Yep.
And still came out better in the end.
But I stuck with it, and you know what? Those tires would not die.
Dude,
I
so
turned
much
them in.
on those things still.
I finally just got tired after 2 years, Charlie. We ran that test, and I converted back over to the Energy Ds. Just again, stroked a check for them because
He got tired of it, busting his behind about it.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I still had like 15/16 on those tires when I turned them in 2 years later. So I got a good casing credit on them. So I'd probably put them on a trailer, you know.
Hey, wow, blanked out. That was awesome. It was like my brain just said no. No.
Okay.
It was fun. There was something I was gonna say. Oh, Jeff, what was? Give me the numbers on the XDN2s again. How much fuel mileage loss was it that you averaged? 0.44.
Mm-hmm.
So almost half a mile.
Almost half a mile.
Let's look at today's diesel rates. I don't remember what they are. I think they didn't drop a ton. Yeah, half a cent this week. So 380 is the national average. Let's do some quick, simple math here. And I know nobody enjoys this part, but I feel like I need to see this to understand a little better what I'm saying. Let's give you an average of 8 miles per gallon.
Yep.
Times. Nope. Wow. My brain is like just not having it today, bro.
Price divided by mileage.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like smoke. 3.80 divided by 8 miles per gallon is 47.5 cents per mile. If we go that, so we're going to say 8.44 as an average.
It was 47 cents a mile.
Yeah, 47.5. So 3.80 divided by 8.44 miles per gallon comes out to 45 cents a mile, right? So that's a difference of 2.5 cents. You know, over time, with today's, let's base it on an average of sneeze. Sorry. 2 cents for 100,000 miles. It's $2,000 a year.
So at the time I bought these tires, a set of D tires would have cost me about $5,000 after everything was said and done.
Right.
So pretty close to stroking a check for a brand new set of tires on the fuel savings alone.
Yeah. So, you know, it seems like a small number. It really seems like a small number, but 2 cents a mile over the course of a year, you know, if you're running a team and you're doing 200,000 miles a year, 180,000 miles a year, you know, they used to give an average. The solo average was 125. Now they've kind of bumped that down to 100,000. So I've just been using 100 because it's an easier number to deal with anyhow. So, you know, I mean, that's a significant number over the course of a year. Okay. And some might say, oh, it's only $2,000, bro. But over 2 years, over 3 years, over 4 years, because skins were never going to wear out.
Over a 20-year career.
Right. It's significant. So, I mean, you know, you really got to sit back and do the math and don't just look at the upfront number, that 2 cents, 2.5 cents, whatever. Seems so insignificant. But if you're running a business, you should be looking for quarter pennies. Those quarter pennies turn into whole pennies turn into nickels turn into dimes into dollars, right? And those add up over the course of a year, looking at the larger long-term picture. You know, also, you know, what if you get into an inferior tire for a third of the cost, right? But you don't have the reliability, and maybe you're replacing that tire every year, or heck, maybe you're replacing 1 or 2 or 3 of them because, you know, they're more prone to explode on you for no damn reason. And that's the other thing we didn't touch on earlier is like the double coin tires. I know people that run double coin tires, right? I just like to pick on them because I think they're garbage personally. I have seen people get good results with double coin tires, considering all variables in the whole picture. Okay.
Right.
But I also, I was made aware that they are a tire you need to check and fondle and love every single day, a couple times a day, to make sure there is nothing going funky because of the quality of the tire. I believe it's a lower quality tire. And so the manufacturing and all that, you know, it's going to be more susceptible if you let it get down, 5 pounds of pressure from what you normally run versus, you let a Michelin drop 10 pounds and don't have any of the issues. Right. I think there's a manufacturing and longevity factor on that. So, I think it's something you need to sit down and do the math on. It's not always fun, but when you start looking at it over the long term and that sort of thing, I think it's important. And look, sometimes there are those times. Absolutely, there are those times where you have to say, I, for whatever reason, don't have the money to buy Michelins today.
Right.
What am I going to do? You need tires, right? So you do what you have to do, but then you do everything you have to do to fix that problem as fast as you can. No Starbucks for the next 3 months. I know that's blasphemy for some people, but whatever. It's figure out what you got to do, because over a longer period with garbage tires, man, you're going to lose a lot. And we didn't even factor in what if you have a blowout and now you got downtime. All those things on top of the fuel mileage or replacement time and, those sort of things. So, I mean, I think it's a lot more to look at than what some people are willing to look at, but should look at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I almost talked myself in a circle. I've missed some chat. If there's anything that we haven't touched on that you guys have said in chat, man, do me a favor and refresh that and put it back up so we can comment on it if that's what you need us to do. $285 for deaf at the Grand Casino east of Oklahoma City. That's a good deaf price for sure.
Yep.
Oh man. Hey, my new truck was pretty cool. When I picked up the 23 and it had the seals on it from Mexico, it had like 18 miles or something like that on it. Required me to fill it with 163 gallons of fuel because that thing was buried in the empty line. This one, the 26 I just picked up. Oh, bloody nose.
Yep.
You're so pretty. The 26 I picked up, it had the seals from Mexico, only had 7 miles, but it had a quarter tank of fuel in it. So we drove 200 miles to go get a good fuel price and put in 140 gallons to fill it up.
Nice.
So yeah, it was cool. I was a little happy. And I absolutely, if you end up picking up that truck that's now a 23 truck that they're going to MRP, I'm sure of it. It got no fuel. It's probably got 200 gallons or 200 miles worth of fuel in it right now. I can tell you that my experience with that 23 driving the way that I typically drive, that, with an average load, I could get another with it on, it just hit the F or the E. I can get at least 100, 150 miles out of that. Just saying. And it's between empty and an eighth. Just saying, because that's the same fuel it's going to have when.
So I need to show up in Greer with some money on my card.
Right.
Because Charlie's a jerk.
Look, it's got more fuel in it than when I picked it up. So there you go. Yeah, Lance Calhoun, careful buying fuel from casinos. You'll get stuck owing fuel tax later. You don't pay it as much. Yeah, that's true on some of the reservations. That's the thing.
It depends. It depends, yeah.
There's a couple of them that do report the IFTA thing and charge the IFTA thing, or it's being charged at the distributor end on some of the ones that don't. So it's worked in somewhere. I don't know. There's a whole long thing and which tribe does what and how, and just whatever, man. Just be ready for a weird fuel tax bill sometimes, But yeah, you definitely ain't wrong. Yeah, right, Fran. That's what I was gonna say. Stop the Starbucks, McDonald's, and all that because you have the money. Just spend it somewhere. Yeah, right. I mean, look, I was on a McDonald's kick recently, and I was hitting McDonald's breakfast like every day, religious.
Yeah, you were.
And it was so easy because on my route I had a couple McDonald's on depending on which routes I were running for my store delivery, right? And I used the app. Ordered ahead of time, hit the button, pay for it. It's all ready to go. I pull into the truck stop. I walk inside. I grab my bag, and I'm back on the road. It was just easy, But I started looking at the cost, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, that's a lot of money I'm spending on garbage food, really, So, I mean, it's a thing. Look, we all got to give up things to achieve certain other goals, right? Are you willing to give up the Starbucks or the McDonald's, right, to achieve a goal that you're working towards? Some people are like, no, I ain't giving it up. Can't live without it. Okay. Don't get mad at me later when you can't hit that goal because you're not willing to give something up. You're a business owner. If you don't take care of the business, it ain't going to take care of you. Mike Henderson. When I got this truck in Phoenix, I couldn't even make it to the fuel line before it ran out of fuel. That's what I felt like with my 23.
Yeah.
Ida, how will I ever remember that truck number? You couldn't remember the one I had. You kept getting some dude up in the Northeast, and you would send him my loads, and he's like, hey, it's not Charlie's truck, it's my truck. I mean, I'll come down there and pull your target for you out of Florida, but I'm in Pennsylvania. It was hilarious, dude. There was a guy that she just kept tagging left and right to the point where they actually developed a talking relationship. It was great.
Nice.
Because she kept sending him my loads. I'm just saying, that guy was getting stacked. 1,000-mile deadhead paid, Oh man, I love you, Ida. Just saying. Wimpy, I just got a $7,000 bill for car insurance. 3 cars. Yeah. Insurance sucks, man. The prices are crazy, and you know what it is though. Let's be real. It's all these people out here suing everybody for nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Or doing shady crap. It's just, oh my gosh. Tim, you're belly driven, as am I, sir. Look, early on in my trucking career, my entire day was based on, because I had a trainer back at FFE in 2004 who was absolutely belly driven and knew all of the places to stop and eat for the best this, the best that, what have you. Had a list that he knew in his head, and I started writing stuff down because I ate really well with that dude, right? And that was kind of how I got trained on my very initial introduction to trucking. And so then when I just started, I'm going to stop at this restaurant and this truck stop and this turnout, because across the road, I can walk to that restaurant. And I planned my whole day around what food I wanted to eat that day according to
You remember the old trucker's friend?
Yes.
GPS?
Yes.
Yep. I had my highlighter out, man. Every time I found someplace.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that was great.
My students knew that if they stopped at one of the highlighted places, that I would buy them dinner. They learned that pretty quick.
I can't say that name. Wapakoneta. T-Bone Steak Buffet, right? I totally used to live on that. It was a thing. So I get it, Tim. It's hard, man. Now, I'm running more teams. Back then I was running solo, so it was a whole lot easier. And then I stopped doing it because I got large.
Large and in charge.
Yeah, I got up to 300 pounds, and it was not healthy or good for me at all. Now I'm back down in that 188, 190 range. And yes, I'm 6'3" now. It's a little light for some people, but I don't have muscle bulk because I got weird stuff going on anyhow. So carrying 190 pounds, there still is a little jiggle in there, right? A little extra padding. Rosie likes it. That's all that matters.
Hey, I got to tighten my belt this week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that.
That's awesome.
Got 30 more pounds to go to reach my goal weight. Started off, really in earnest about 6 months ago at 220. Now I'm down to 190.
Right.
That's not too bad.
When I was at my most physically fit state in my life, I was 6'4" then, and 155, 160 pounds.
Yep.
And I looked ridiculous. My friends' mothers used to call me Flamingo. I'm like, they don't bend backwards. Stop it. Leave me alone. You're giving me trauma. Generation X, we just, whatever. Just deal with our suffering. Pants shrunk in the wash. Nice. Rosie bought me some jeans, and I wore them several days before I caught on to what these jeans were. Because I just don't care. Let's be real. Those of you who see me dressed, you're like, dude, don't care. I mean, I used to just buy clothes. I only bought blue jeans and t-shirt colors that I didn't have to think about. So blue, gray, black. That was it. Everything matched. And it was either black shoes or gray, or white. So I don't care. Rosie bought me some damn jeans a couple weeks ago, and it took me a couple days of wearing them to realize there's something wrong with them. Why are they so tight? She bought me skinny jeans, and every time I sat down, I'm like, why is it so constricting around my calves? I mean, my calves aren't that big, but I got to reach down every time I stand up and pull them down. And I was like, using my shoes to pull it down. I'm like, this is weird. And it was kind of binding in those nether regions. And I'm like, what the? She's like, I accidentally bought skinny jeans. And I'm like, and I'm stupid because I wore them multiple times before I finally gave them. I ended up giving them to my grandbaby's daddy. And he's like, Charlie wore those? Whew. Because they were skinny jeans to him, and he's a slighter guy than I am. And I was like, right? That's what she did to me. Anyhow, she's awesome. I love her.
She's trying to make you into a hipster.
I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was not okay. That's what happened. I like baggy, comfy, like the flow, and I would drive to Texas today to get Soul Man, right? Oh my gosh. Big Texan in Amarillo, country in Richburg, South Carolina. So all these years I've never stopped at the Big Texan.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Never tried to eat the 72-ounce steak?
Nope. I should have. I would have done it back in the day. I think I might hurt myself today. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Anybody want to pop in? There's a link. Feel free to jump in.
I have a hard time finishing McDonald's meal number 3 anymore.
So here's one of the things I've been doing recently, and I think it's a good thing for me and my health. I am absolutely a food lover, right? The foods that I love, I love. I don't typically eat because I'm hungry. It's weird, right? I eat because I'm like, I should eat something because I didn't eat, especially after I got on the whole keto thing. You find yourself in these intermittent fasts that you didn't even realize was happening far more often. So I remind myself every now and then, hey, I should get something to eat. I come across some place that's got like a pound and a half ribeye and a huge mashed potato and a salad and veggies and dessert and bread. I don't need a pound and a half steak. I could eat a little 8-ounce steak and be perfectly satiated. Right?
Yep.
That's a good word. Are you impressed?
I am.
But if there is a 20-ounce option, you better believe I'm ordering the 20 because I love me some ribeye or prime rib.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna eat the whole damn thing too. Rose's like, well, you could take half of that home. I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening. Before I get up from this table, I'm gonna have this thing.
I've seen you do it, Charlie.
Right? I mean, you can look at my plate and it's like, it's like clean. There's nothing left on the plate. I sopped up all the juice. I'm stealing someone else's bread to get whatever I got to get back off the plate, man. I eat because I love eating. So I have to be careful with the things I do. So I've been actually eating normal sized meals lately. That's a hard thing for me to do. I ate a meal. I'm actually comfortable. Push away from the table and move on. Right? It's hard, man. It is hard.
Yep.
Oh, geez. That steak challenge is on my bucket list. I know I could probably done it 25 years ago, right? That's what I'm saying. Because I had hollow legs back in the day.
Well, Donna and I are to the point now to where we order like one thing, like we'll go out to Indian
right,
food, and we'll order one main,
right,
and we'll share it. And it's kind of iffy if we finish it all, the two of us. I guess we're just that age now. I'm starting to understand the 55 and over.
Right.
Now. I'm not 55 yet, but I'm starting to eye that thing going, yeah, it's a little less expensive and it's about the right amount of food for me.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, man, it's Rosie's like constantly like, hey, we could split that. And I'm like, yeah, no, you get your own. She's like, hey, we could split that, 96-ounce prime rib. I'm like, yeah, no, that's mine. You're going to need to order your own. And she'll take half an 8-ounce home. You know what I mean? I'm like, pfft. And I finished mine before she finishes hers. Figure that out. Cause I'm an animal. I'm like, that's how I roll. Jeff could tell you he's seen me eat. I'm an animal. I'm an animal, man. I'm just like, I love to eat. But yeah.
The only time I've seen him slow down ever eating was at Gordon Ramsay Burgers.
Oh.
Because that was like a bite and savor.
It was an emotional, physical response. Like, I would love to have eaten like 4 more of those things. Not because I needed it, because I was
Here's how good it was, Charlie. Think about it. That was 3 years ago now.
Right.
And we're still talking about it.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. The best burger I have ever had in my life. Hands down. No doubt, no hesitation in saying that.
Yep.
And the truffle fries. Bro. God.
I'm so glad we chose to do that instead of the Heart Attack Cafe.
Right? Look, Undertaker, we need to go to the Heart Attack Grill. I mean, that was great. Yeah, right. I love going to those. I love to eat, but I got to be careful. You know, I'm getting older. Look, 54 this year. I'm like, I might want to slow down a little bit if I'm going to try and stick around for more than a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Gosh, my brain still thinks I'm 18, whatever, 21. My body's like, nah, bro, you're like 90.
Yeah, when I turned 40, my mom asked me if I felt any older, and I said, what's weird is no, I don't.
Right.
And she was in her mid 60s at the time, and she said, what the strange thing is that you never feel older. You just stop recognizing the person in the mirror.
Right. Well, you know what? That is, I was going to bring up, hey, Jeff, do you look in the mirror and go like, when did I get that old?
Sometimes.
I'm like, because I don't feel like that guy looks like, and on here, you'll notice that whether I need them or not, I will almost always wear the glasses when I'm on the show. And it's because of those damn bags under my eyes, and I squint more, so it makes them even more prominent. And I see that later. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with that old dude?
Yep.
It's just so much worse. So the glasses actually kind of do a weird thing, and it's just not quite so noticeable sometimes, depending on angle of my head and all that. Whatever.
I love some good chicken wings life on 18 wheels. Charlie, not so much, but I'm a chicken wing fiend.
Fran, just eat, be happy. We all going anyway. Look, I had a problem in growing up, Fran, in that I didn't believe I would live past 18. And then I damn sure didn't believe I'd live past 21. And now I'm 54 this year, coming up in September. And I'm like, good Lord, I did not make good choices for longevity.
Yep.
I was living every day like it's my last. And man, I was on fire, yo. Rosie, I don't know how she put up with it. And unfortunate or not, I don't know. I rubbed off a lot on her as well.
Oh, so we'll let Charlie get that out.
Woo! That was rough. But she started kind of, living today's the last day because, that's just what we were. Yeah, it's a trip, man. Something is keeping Fran, they say everything happens for a reason. If you talk to me on a personal face-to-face, you can hear a lot of my story, but I am absolutely a firm believer. I'm not a religious person. I don't say there isn't a God. I don't say there is a God. I say I don't know. That's where I'm at in my world, right? But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. What's causing that? I don't know. What's directing that? I have no idea. It just seems to be that way. And, so I died when the world thought I was supposed to, right? When the world tried to take me out, I never would have had my granddaughter and my 3 grandkids, right? If I hadn't broken 19 bones and been in the hospital 15 days and a body cast for 12 weeks back in 1993, never would have had my daughter. honest to God, because I was going down a path, while married, that was not a good path. I probably would have ended up dead, drunk, alcoholic, divorced, all of those things, or maybe one or two, right? Chances are it would have been all of the above. Yet here I am. And it's cool because I feel like I get to help people. It took me a while to find that thing. And I enjoy what I do. So I just keep helping, and I try to live right and do the right thing and try not to be a nasty person in the world. Just don't cross me, because you flip that switch, man, it's hard to get back. That's just real talk right there. I write someone off, they're dead to me. I got a friend that could tell you I don't like his significant other. We're friends, but we don't hang out anymore. I'm just not going to be around that, and I'm not going to go to their house, and because I won't talk to her. It's like she could walk in the room and I don't even see her. She comments on conversations we're having. I don't even hear it. Dead to me is dead to me. I'm just saying, that's terrible, but whatever. It takes a lot to get to that point, but I got some pretty clear rules in my life. Don't lie to me. Don't steal from me. Don't mess with my family. Other than that, we're pretty much good. I'm open as long as you're not hurting other people, right? But those things, man, dead to me. Dead. Just saying.
Dead is dead.
Life on 18 Wheels. We're just glad you're still here. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I like that I'm still here. Like I said, I had crazy views much younger in my life, and I like this outcome much better than what I thought I was going to do. So Rosie's has kept me alive all these years. Let's be real. Fran Mariah, it's your thinking. We get what we think about all the time. So watch what you think. Yeah. So I'm working on, I've said it over the last couple of weeks, I was trying to develop a 1 year, a 5 year, and a 10-year plan. And my big hang up was a 10-year plan, because given all of the things wrong with me, medically, physically, those sort of things, I don't know. I have trouble seeing 10 years away from now. You add in the trucker life expectancy, all the things that broke me and damaged me, and all these other things that, have significantly, by statistics, shortened my expected lifespan, had none of these things happen, right? And so I have trouble thinking that I'll be here in 10 years. So that was a big problem with me. And I use my coaches to help me get a better view of, hey, man, look at 10 years. You absolutely could possibly be here, because you're like a freaking cockroach and nothing seems to kill you for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And so why not plan so that if you make it there, you're not just out floating in the wind and have no results from your planning. And my coaches would be Jeff and Josh Hull. Those are people that I depend on in talking to people like Rosie. And hey, what's up, Narc? Good to see you, buddy. Want to say hi? We're almost out. Link's up there at the top. We opened it up today, bro. You could have went crazy today. But yeah, so link's pinned at the top. No chance for redemption. Yeah. Cockroaches are diabolical. Right. Oh my God. Just catching up. Narc said, hello, my friends. Give me a second. But yeah, read Neville Goddard. That will help you see further. Are you familiar with that, Jeff? No. Look, I asked Jeff, hey, what about this book? He's my book guy. I don't want to buy the audio of it, because I'm not buying a book. I'm buying an audio version of it. So whatever it is, it's got to be audio. I don't like the act of sitting down, flipping pages and reading it. I don't retain anything that way. It's really maddening. I wish I could, but I don't. I feel like I missed something. I don't know, whatever. If I missed it, throw it back up. We got another 10 minutes to go. So yeah, last chance. Anyone wants to get up on stage and vent, talk, chat, say hey, whatever, show your face, please, by all means, you are welcome to. I think Jeff and I were talking about wanting to do this at least once a month. And if there's something that we say that you disagree with, by all means, come in, let's talk. It's hard to have a real conversation when we can use our voices, and you're limited to how much you can type, how fast you can type, and those sort of things, right? So, by all means, man, take us up on these things. If you want to have a discussion, if you're mad at us, whatever, man, just, all we ask is you try to be respectful, try to keep it PG-13-ish. When we do these things, I said Jeff. See, there's the 12-year-old. Hey, Josh, what's going on, man? But yeah, so, I if you guys dig this kind of thing, let us know. Seriously, if you're watching this on the replay and you thought, oh man, I would have loved to be on there, hit us up in the comments and let us know that it's something you might be interested in the future.
Yeah, we were talking about doing this periodically, just opening it up like this.
And look, man, this is your guys' show too. I mean, it's us. It's not our show. We do this for the people's, all our tens and tens of viewers, right? Hey, Wimpy can come on and yell as long as he's willing to have a camera on. I'm just saying, I'm no avatars, yo. You need to show a real face.
Yep.
Right? We're gonna be adults. And it's funny because some people, they get their face on there, they ain't talking the way they would otherwise.
In case you were interested, Neville Goddard apparently was one of the founding fathers, if you will, of the New Age religious movement.
Huh.
So he'd be all into like the whole open yourself to the universe. And I hate using this reference, but like The Secret, because The Secret is incomplete.
Right.
The way people think of it is not quite correct.
Right.
A lot of people think The Secret is, just think about what you want and it'll happen. You'll manifest it. And, sure, what you think about, what you talk about, what you dream about, and then get off your butt, do something about,
right,
will be manifested. People skip that last part.
A lot of people skip that last bit, actually work towards that thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You're just like, they're like, but the example I was just about to give, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
But, just because you think this is what I meant to do doesn't mean you don't have to do something to get there.
Yep.
But you know what? There's something to that. Like Jeff said, you can think about it, you can desire that, you can work towards that, but you have to work towards that. You can't be a physicist without going to school or seeking some sort of education in the physics field, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you're like, I don't even know what physics is, but I'm going to be a physicist. Okay, that's great, What if you're like a cockroach and live forever? That would be scary. I'm still trying to find a vampire to bite me. So if anyone knows one that's like real, hit me on the back end, because I'll let a vampire bite me and then I'll bite all my people. I've already told them that, and I've had arguments about it in real life.
That would have been great 20 years ago.
Yeah, whatever. I'm still pretty happy. I can still do quite a bit of things. I got a hike to go perform a wedding. I just found out. I have to go on a damn hike to a private trail, and they're only having the bride, the groom, the father of the bride, the best man, bridesmaid, whatever, and me. We have to go on a hike to get up to a spot on a public trail to get behind a waterfall that I can't even stand all the way up behind, apparently, and we can't block the trail.
Oh, okay.
And I got to hike a half hour at least one way.
It'd be good for you.
Who does
Go
that to
Carrot.
people?
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm on my phone because, of course, B, I just changed channels and I don't have my StreamYard logged into this yet.
Look, those are my favorite glasses. You know how you can tell? Look,
Like them?
look at the picture right there in the bottom corner. Ah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh-huh.
you, man. That's you on my wall of awesome. Just saying. Your signal sucks. I still love you though. Not weird. He touched something. That was great. Yep, Charlie Movie 97 still doing live feed. Right? Hey, that'd be okay.
Yeah.
Narc is being slow again, right? That's great. It comes in right at the end to go loading. Oh, this would be fantastic video right here.
Scott Shower, shifting gears, what you recommend FX or MRP program? Currently 24 Freightliner and 64 years old. Thanks. My real answer, Scott, neither. I would lease a brand new truck. We've seen now, full disclosure, you do what you need to do for your business.
Right.
I'll be making a decision here pretty soon between MRP and a brand new truck myself. And Charlie and I are running numbers together because Charlie's my coach. He don't like it. I don't necessarily love it, but to make the transition back to Swift, one way or the other, in the next few months, I'm gonna have to make that choice between MRP and new truck. I would rather have the new truck, preferably the Volvo, at this point.
Man, I finally got to really look at one of those Volvos, and they are pretty. Gosh, from the
They are
front. I
nice.
didn't get inside though. I was still upset about that.
But MRP program, the reason why is because we've just seen so many problems with them. We just had a young man lose his business because of problems with an MRP.
Right.
We told him don't do the MRP, especially with the Kenworth. If you're going to do MRP, at least go with the Freightliner. And once again, people tend to do the opposite of what people with experience tell them to do sometimes, especially younger folks. Anyway, just I've only been talking about it for a month, dude.
Right, I know.
Yeah, it's just I'll get more into it as things progress. Panther is really great for teams. They've got so many opportunities for teams. It's hard to stick at. As a solo guy, not so much. This is an expedited company. So as you know, expedited freight is mostly team freight. So my opportunity as a solo guy, it's kind of sketchy. Also, their market is east of the Mississippi. I live west of the Mississippi by quite a ways in Utah. So I'm having to stay out 2-3 months to make my money so that I can go home for a couple weeks, because it takes me a full week to get home because I have to find the load for me that goes that far. And then it takes me a full week for them to find me a load that gets me from Utah back into market. So there's a lot of things there with us. I'll be forthcoming, Charlie. I think I can say this. Panther pays better than Swift.
Right.
They do, per mile. But just like we've always told you guys, just because somebody pays more per mile doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make more money. Right. Because, again, most of the opportunities here are team loads. I'm a solo guy, so my opportunities are less than, say, if Charlie and Rosie had ever come over here, by some fluke of imagination, they decided we're going to go team at Panther and we're going to get hazmat and we're going to do DOD loads, hauling small arms from military base to military base. They would absolutely kill it. They would absolutely kill it as a team. So as a solo, not so much. And a lot of it is because of where I live. If I lived in, say, Nashville or Knoxville, I would be just fine, and I probably wouldn't be making a decision to go back to Swift.
Right.
So that's the long and the short of it. My decision to go back to Swift versus, say, Landstar, Schneider, whatever. Again, my coach, Charlie, we talked about it. My relationships are still good at Swift. Remember when I made the transition away from Swift, I told y'all I burned the ships, but I did not burn that bridge.
Right.
Absolutely refused to burn that bridge. So I do have an opportunity to come back. It's looking like that's what I will do unless something changes. Bunch of you guys sign up for the community, something like that,
Right.
And we have to do that full time because we just got so much work to do on coaching.
Right.
That would mean that I would just be home doing coaching. But yeah, since you asked, that's the long and the short of it. But I'll be looking at a brand new truck, preferably the Volvo. Number 2 plan would be the MRP. Don't like it. We've seen a lot of problems with those trucks. Anytime you get a new truck, even your new truck, Charlie, you just roll the dice.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how that truck's going to perform.
No, and my 23 has been fabulous, to be honest.
Right. So going into a new truck, you're rolling a dice. And I'm going to use the Warhammer thing here. When you're going MRP, you're rolling those dozen dice. And you better hope that the dice gods are in your favor.
Right.
Because it could go really, really bad on a used truck. So that's my official advice on that is if you want to go all in on being an owner operator at Swift, do the yes, they have Volvo dealer in Utah, Wimpy. What are you talking about? It's not the third world, man.
He's just poking at you.
Poke back.
Hey.
How's that? I'll poke back. Right in your eye, Wimpy. But yeah, so our official advice professionally is don't go MRP unless that's what you need to do to get into the business. They're asking $2,500 down for new operators on the new trucks. I do believe that the MRP is a zero down situation, so you don't have to come up with the $2,500 up front. But you're inheriting somebody else's problems potentially.
Right.
So it's worth the $2,500 to me for the peace of mind of having a brand new truck. And we'll have Addison on here in the next couple of weeks to talk about the different leasing options at Swift. And we will go over those numbers. Because the MRP is not saving you what you think it is. But that's a whole other show, bro.
Right. With that being said, Jeff, I think we're at a wrap time, bro.
Okay.
We're a little over our 2-hour mark. Doesn't quite make up for our short one last week. Sorry about that. And sorry for the Wednesday thing, guys. Again, appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, yesterday was just a weird day. Couldn't get down here in time, and hell, we didn't get home till just before midnight last night. At any rate, Jeff is going to say his magical words. Here it comes.
Okay, keep that rubber side down, and remember, with no action, there is no traction, guys.
And I'm going to say what I always say. Look after each other, everybody. There's no one out here looking after us but us. Take care of each other. I love you. I love all of you, even the crazy Wimpy. I can say I love you, Wimpy. Does that make you uncomfortable? I'd hug you, bro. I'm a hugger. I would. I'm a hugger. Who did I hug the other day? Oh, Chris Hamilton. I did. I went out of my way to give him a hug. That was pleasant. Whatever. That's not weird. Stop. Just quit judging me. You people are mean. Anyhow, we're gonna do this thing, and we will see you guys next week. Hopefully Tuesday. I should hopefully be in Oregon. Be a different setting. You'll probably see some stairs behind my back because the desk sits in a weird place. Anyhow, I'm getting out of here, Jeff. I'm just rambling at this point. I love y'all. Be safe. And look, I'm going to roll our commercial because it's fun. You're either running your business like an owner or like an employee. And if you're stuck in that employee mindset, you're leaving money on the table. Company drivers wait for direction. Business owners create opportunities. Company drivers chase miles and just drive. Business owners chase profits and know their numbers. Want to run a real business? Start tracking your numbers. Know your cost per mile and start saying no to bad loads. Drop "I run a business" in the comments if you're done thinking like an employee. If you want to take this mindset shift further, join the Road Warrior Entrepreneurs community at www.rwedrive.com, where we have profit boosting strategies, coaching calls, and real road warriors winning together.